Hi Coyote, so today we're going to talk about the crust, and specifically the continents and the ocean floor. So we have to use our imaginations for this, okay? So imagine a long time ago when the earth was forming. There were only gases for a long time. Then things started to cool and became a liquid. And we know that the heavier things went to the center of the earth and the lighter particles formed the crust. Well, we are on the crust. So we live on the crust. And if you remember, the crust is actually called the lithosphere of our planet. So we can think of it as a thin layer of the we can think of it as a thin layer of the earth. Is it a solid? Well, yeah, most of it is. So, of course, plants and animals also exist on the lithosphere. But today I want you to strip away all of that in your imagination so that what only exists on the crust is rock. So the crust is where we're living right now, okay? And it's actually only made up of two different types of rock. We have granite, which is lighter, and we have basalt, which is heavier. So when the earth was in a heavier state, the particles of granite, which were lighter, would float on the top of the liquid basalt. So just like this. So let's take a look what happens when I do this. Well, if you take a look, it's sunk down just a little, but not all the way to the bottom of the container. So this is how granite in its liquid state stayed above the basalt. So over time, once the earth cooled and everything solidified, the granite was trapped within the basalt. So if you see, part of the granite sinks, but much of it stays above the basalt. So it's similar to what we can see here in this little demonstration. So if we take a look at this chart here, we have the plastic mantle, and above it we have the solid basalt. And we also have the solid granite. So this is our crust, this layer here. So do you see how the granite got trapped in the basalt? So once they both cooled, the liquids became solidified. And the granite is part of the crust that came to be our continents. So these land masses here represent our continents. But where here, the solid basalt, is what makes up our ocean beds. So sometimes there's a break in the lithosphere and some of the molten liquid part of the mantle escapes.